Let's talk about the debate over delimitation that, however, seems to be intensifying even as the political voices weigh in on the women's reservation bill. Here is Congress leader and MP Manish Tiwari, who has backed the bill, stating his support for the 33% reservation for women in legislatures. However, he seems to be strongly opposed to the idea of delimitation, calling it as dangerous exercise with far-reaching consequences. Now, the Congress leader has warned of significant political impact, flagging risks associated with redrawing the seats. His remarks are also underlining when it comes to the growing concerns with the opposition as well, when it comes to the debate over the delimitation, as far as when it comes to the opposition, which still seems to be vehemently opposing this when it comes to representation and electoral boundaries that, however, continues to sharpen. So let's put out what Manish Tiwari of the Congress party has now been saying. He says that I support the 33% reservation for women. So this is different, where he says that he's extending his support there, but I oppose a dangerous delimitation. Now, there is a difference here, what he seems to be speaking. Now, he says, as it is, the implication will be deleterious and also detrimental and also destructive for our polity. Well, that seems to be the focus that Manish Tiwari of the Congress party seems to be putting out his opinion, because the opposition here seems to be against the delimitation bill, arguing that the government's formula for redrawing the constituencies based on 2011 census will only aid and help the NDA. However, when it comes to the federal structure and particularly states in southern part of the country will be left as high and dry. Now, in the meantime, also talk about what the centre may do, because the centre may insist that no state has had any reason to complain, but non-BJP chief ministers from the southern states are already sharpening their attack. And if we talk about in Tamil Nadu in particular, because it is the election season, in what he is now calling it as his final warning, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has now threatened for a massive ground agitation if the union government refuses to step back. Now, his Telangana counterpart Revant Reddy is also flagging injustice, calling for all southern states to unite. As far as Karnataka and Kerala too have been now echoing the South shortchange pitch, and they seem to be calling out as far as their representation in parliament is concerned.
Delimitation பேர்ல தனது லிமிட்டை தாண்டி பாஜக அரசு தமிழ்நாடு உள்ளிட்ட தென் மாநிலங்களை வஞ்சிக்குது. தென் மாநிலங்கள் அரசியல் வலிமையை இழப்பது மாதிரியோ நடந்தா தமிழ்நாடு பார்த்துக்கிட்டு சும்மா இருக்காது. ஒவ்வொரு குடும்பமும் தெருவுக்கு வந்து போராடும்னு சொல்லியிருந்தேன். நாளைக்கு நாடாளுமன்றத்தில் அவங்க கொண்டு வர போற சட்ட திருத்தத்துக்கு எதிர்ப்பை காட்டுற மாதிரி தமிழ்நாட்டில் எல்லாரும் நம்ம வீட்டில் கருப்பு கொடியை ஏற்றுவோம்.
दक्षिण भारत में एससीओं को, एसटीओं को, महिलाओं को अन्याय करने के लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी नरेंद्र मोदी जी आज कोशिश कर रहे हैं. तो इसीलिए हम लोग ये बयान देना चाहता हूं, मैं साफ साफ कहना चाहता हूं, दक्षिण भारत को आप अन्याय नहीं कर सकते. जनता के लिए नहीं, आदिवासियों के लिए, दलित के लिए, महिलाओं के लिए भी सीट जब कम हो जाएंगे उनका हिस्सा भी कम हो जाएंगे.
Now, let's in the meantime also talk about these arguments and the apprehensions that will be tested inside Parliament over 3 days. But outside the House, what we are now looking at is a far more volatile narrative that seems to be taking shape. Even West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has warned of a plan to split Bengal through delimitation, and her party has now called it as a devious plot. And this rhetoric that also gets dangerously weaponized by other leaders in the opposition, such as Sanjay Raut and Imran Masood. Now, one is now warning of a revolution. The other one is warning of a Manipur-like situation. Further amplification comes in from Rahul Gandhi, who is now alleging that there is hissa chori.
प्रधानमंत्री आपकी भागीदारी आपसे छीन रहे हैं और आपको झूठ बोलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. जो मोदी जी चाहते हैं हो जाए, तो जो छोटे स्टेट्स हैं, साउथ के स्टेट्स हैं और नॉर्थ ईस्ट के स्टेट्स हैं, उनका रिप्रेजेंटेशन कम हो जाए. उनको भयंकर नुकसान होने वाला है और मैं इसको एंटी नेशनल एक्टिविटी मानता हूं.
টুকরো টুকরো করে দেবে আপনাদের, বাংলাকে ভাগ করে দেবে 1 নম্বর, 2 নম্বরের পর এনআরসি করবে.
मुझे लगता है साउथ के अंदर इसको लेकर के आंदोलन हो जाएगा और देश में अविश्वास की भावना जगे, ये अच्छी बात नहीं है.
जिस तरह से दक्षिण के राज्यों ने इशारा दिया है केंद्र सरकार को, तो मुझे डर लगता है कि इस बहाने मणिपुर जैसी स्थिति दक्षिण के राज्य में न हो जाए.
Now let's talk about where does the truth actually lie, because cutting through political lines, here is the basic math, and let's get you that understanding, because as per the blanket 50% increase formula, now the data tells us a very different story from what the opposition wants you to believe. Now let's talk about one of the biggest states in the country, that is Uttar Pradesh. 80 seats now go up to 120. In Bihar, the seats go up from 40 to 60. In Tamil Nadu, it gets 20 more seats. Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, West Bengal, every single state actually gained seats without any exception. And here is the key. Now, the share of each of the seat in the Lok Sabha barely changes. So most variations are actually within, plus minus 0.1%. And statistically, when we talk of these figures on your screens, it's negligible, almost there. So basically, backing the government's core argument that at no state will be losing their representation, in particular when it comes to the southern states and even the states in the northeastern part of the country. The House, however, will simply just get bigger with more representation, and especially when it comes to women, as far as this bill is concerned, which is long overdue. Now let's listen into the reactions that have been coming in from the government side, which have been providing the much needed clarity.
It's a reservation. There will be a delimitation committee. There will be that commission which sits in every state. They will talk with everybody, with all political parties, and then only a call will be taken.
Now, there is this understanding and this awareness that needs to go across to the people as well, because speaking on women reservation, we have India's first female Olympic medalist wrestler Sakshi Malik also coming out to say that this is a big and a huge step and taken in a very positive direction.
सबसे पहले तो वही बात है, जेंडर इक्वालिटी बढ़ेगी, कोई ऐसा लड़का लड़की में भेदभाव नहीं होगा, क्योंकि अगर महिलाओं को 33% भागीदारी मिलेगी तो सब हर फील्ड में जाने की कोशिश करेंगे, जाना चाहेंगे कि हाँ हमारा भी वहाँ जो है हम वहाँ रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, चाहे किसी भी फील्ड में हो। और जो है MLAs MPs जो है ज़्यादा बन पाएंगी, भारत सरकार में अपनी आवाज़ जो है उठा पाएंगी। तो ये मेरे लिए तो ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है बात है कि 33% अगर लागू होगा तो ये बहुत अच्छी बात है।
आज प्रधानमंत्री ने सुबह महिलाओं के लिए एक चिट्ठी भी लिखी है, यही नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम की बात करते हुए, और उन्होंने स्पोर्ट्स की खास तौर पे बात की, और उन्होंने बोला जो हमारी महिलाएं हैं, जो खिलाड़ी हैं, वो जिस तरीके का रेवोल्यूशन लेकर आई हैं महिलाओं के लिए, वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा सराहनीय है। तो कहीं ना कहीं जो स्पोर्ट्स है, वो जो हम बोलते हैं ना ब्रिज द गैप, वो भी करने में बहुत मदद करता है।
बिल्कुल, देखो महिलाएं जो है वो कर तो रही हैं, स्पोर्ट्स में तो काफ़ी अच्छा कर रही है, और हम और बेहतर कर सकते हैं। अगर वही बात अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मिलेंगी तो और बेहतर कर सकते हैं। अगर सुविधाएं और ज़्यादा बढ़ेंगी, स्पोर्ट्स में इक्विपमेंट्स, फैसिलिटीज़ और सेफ एनवायरनमेंट होगा तो ज़रूर जो है लड़कियां बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा कर सकती हैं।
The opposition, on the other hand, appears to be fragmented because there is a split between principle and also politics. Let's take a look as far as when it comes to the country's growing population is concerned. We currently stand as the most populous country in the world. However, when it comes to the opposition side, now there seems to be a dilemma. If they oppose or delay, then they risk being labeled as anti-women. However, if they support without any caveats, then there seems to be also talking about that the BJP will monopolize on the credit. So there seems to be a dilemma. And as far as the southern states are concerned, of course, this is the election season, what we are now talking about. And right from 1951 to 2011, when it comes to the census data that is now being used to implement women reservation, is something that the opposition has been voicing their concerns that they will be left out or they will be sidelined, and their representation in parliament will significantly fall short. Well, the numbers, however, appear not to be giving into the opposition's favor. We're going to head into a very short break. This is going to be a live and an exclusive coverage that we'll also get for our viewers right from the outside the parliament when the special session begins today.